That
was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
There she is. And I'm watching an ad.
Yeah.
Okay.
That ad allows us to spend 50 hours on this Wednesday video.
Exactly. Well, hello, Killer Void, and Lucky Bat, and Dr. Drokel.
Ooh woo!
I had a little eggnog before this.
Ooh, I wish I had.
You know how I'm feeling right now.
Mm-hmm. I'll have to go to the store. Soon. Because it sucks to go out close to Christmas. Because everyone goes out. Should probably do it tomorrow. That was a lot of brown that I just put on my palette. I need a tiny, tiny drop of it.
I say that every morning.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you know that paint pots are really, really wasteful, and droppers have incredible precision?
Oh, I heard that. Someone should make a video about that. Someone should argue with people online about that.
I would love to talk to like Ninjan or someone I know has moved their paints over.
Well, it's apparently the easiest thing to do.
It is the cheapest. I mean, it's basically free.
Feels like we get a comment every day about that.
Because we do get a comment every single day about that. Dr. Drokel, eggnog has become almost impossible to find in my area. Well, I think I can get some. So, cold comfort.
Put a little Southern Comfort in there.
Is Southern Comfort good in anything? Or does it always feel like getting kicked in the teeth?
I mean, ladies used to drink it all the time.
It tastes like cleaner.
I mean, sounds like you're just a pussy.
One of my Army Painter metallics lost the nozzle as I was pouring it out. Plate metal everywhere. Yep, it happens. Nothing is perfect. Don't spend 4 hours moving paint from one bottle to another bottle.
Yep.
I know that's very controversial.
Yeah, you're gonna get beheaded. You should make a song about it.
Yeah. I would like to make more songs. The only problem is that I have to sing them, and no one wants that. We need to like meet a really good musician.
There we go. Don't we know some people that can sing?
I think we do. Are they available?
I'm sure no one's doing anything right now.
That's true. That's very true. I feel like though the people who love like songs for YouTube videos are like, because I know like a lot of Minecraft channels do songs.
Hell yeah, they do.
But is the market for songs like 14-year-olds?
Yes.
There's not that many 14-year-olds who do Warhammer. It seems like Warhammer people like kind of serious and, get to the point and educate me, but don't, make it really, really entertaining because I don't really want to be educated.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, because I think Minecraft is always just a game.
Mm-hmm.
But 40K, people take that rather seriously.
40K is a lifestyle.
Yeah. Exactly. And only the toughest
it's an alternative lifestyle.
Yeah. And only the toughest people play it.
Mm-hmm. It has taken quite a few coats to paint these elves' pasty skin.
I know I have the same problem every morning.
Mm-hmm. 40K is Sears Biz Business. It is.
Mm-hmm. I don't know why. Seems silly.
Almost finished Soul Hunter, the Night Lord's 40K book. It's very good, although it's got a lot of characters in it.
So it's hard to follow.
Which is kind of how books are. But I've been spoiled on movies because it's like, yeah, so remember Brad Pitt and other than that, they just tell you what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I might need to listen to it again so that I remember everything and know what's happening. Also, my favorite characters, Octavia and what's his name? L something. Those the two humans. I think have a really interesting story because they're humans. And I haven't heard from them in chapters. I heard though that they do show up more and more in the next books in the series. Kilgore Void, I'm thinking it's time I shifted projects. I'm getting a bit burnt out on sci-fi. Think I'll power through the month and then start fresh in the new year with something new. Are you thinking something like non-violent? Because I was actually looking at some board games because I thought it might be interesting to actually have some games that aren't about like war and death.
There's games that aren't about war and death?
I mean, most board games. To be fair,
Monopoly is barely that way.
There's not a lot of war games that aren't about war. I'll definitely say that.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be really funny if there was a war game that wasn't about war. I love board games. Giraffes and I are big fans. There's such a great variety. Holy cow, there's infinite board games. Like, if you just think of a concept, it's a board game.
So what were you looking at, like in particular?
Bella Lost Souls had a couple of articles that had some fun-looking games. One of them was it was a really nice-looking game. It had kind of like a Japanese forest aesthetic, and it was about like you collect totems, and then something happens.
Okay.
But it looked kind of fun. Though admittedly, the last board game we played was Twilight Struggle, which was about the Cold War. Oh, I thought it was about Twilight.
Yeah, I was hoping it was about Twilight.
One of my favorite series of all time.
Hmm. Oh, we're well aware.
Z-Noobs! Z-Noobiq in the house!
Z Nubiku.
Dr. Drokel, I remember the 1986 war between the Shoots and the Ladders. It was a bloodbath. Shoots and Ladders. Was that even a game? I remember playing it like once when I was a little kid.
Yeah, I have no idea what Shoots and Ladders is.
Don't you just roll a dice and then move that number of spaces? Like, it doesn't seem like it's even a game.
Hey, Brettus. That was for you, Brettus. That singular burp.
Dr. Drokel, Candyland was an economic disaster after the war. After the war for years. Our household has sanctions against monopoly.
I love a good Monopoly. Remember, you're the boot, right?
Yeah, I'm always the boot.
You're always the boot, and you play as the boot and make decisions as the boot.
I do. I never buy railroads because you know what? Railroads are competition against boots. Yeah, it's for me. For me, Monopoly is a role-playing game.
Oh my god.
Xenobiq. Shoots and Ladders is indeed a roll and move game. It's the oldest tradition of board games. But ladders give you shortcuts to the end. But if you land on a shoot, you slide back down.
Oh. Well, you don't want that. I know. It sounds like we should pivot to doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Just do Shoots and Ladders. New year, new shoots.
Mm-hmm. Kilgore Void. When I play, it becomes a contact sport. The YouTube channel Shut Up and Sit Down has a discussion on the Goose Game and its history, and more or less leads to Shoots and Ladders. Ooh, Shut Up and Sit Down is great. Recommend. I'll have to check out Shut Up and Sit Down.
Those are two things that I'm bad at.
Just do live streams of playing gin or Old Maid.
I mean, I can do it drinking gin. It's one of your favorite drinks, right?
I don't like gin. It's too dry and awful.
Yes, I remember. I remember we had this discussion before, and it was get better gin was the answer.
Yeah. I guess I need to try top shelf gin to confirm that I hate it.
Yeah.
I like sweets in my liquor.
Mm-hmm. Good old Rocket Pop vodka.
Oh, Rocket Pop vodka. Woo! Oh my gosh, I can drink that like juice.
And in fact, you have.
I have. It doesn't taste. Yeah, it just tastes like candy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what someone that has a problem says.
Bread has gin. Blech. It tastes like Christmas trees. It does taste like Christmas trees. Does anybody get a real Christmas tree? think I'd want a real Christmas tree.
My grandma does every year, and so do my cousins, and it's dumb.
It seems like such a waste of a tree.
Yes.
You know, we have a good Menard special.
Yep, so do we.
You know, you go a couple days after Christmas. You know, you get the broken tree that no one bought, and then you take
ready
it
for the new.
Yep.
Yeah, you ready for the next year?
And then you keep that for 3 years until it's, you know, too destroyed to put up, and then you do it all again.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure it, you know, it only cost three. It only took, you know, 3 dead trees to make the plastic tree.
Right. No can do. I have cats. Oh, my cousins have cats, and they still have a real tree. They don't care.
Is it the problem? Is that will the cats try to drink the tree water or something?
That happens, and they jump in it and whatever.
Mm.
But
oh, and a real
they
tree sheds.
Mm-hmm. And they'll eat the fucking spiky bits.
Mm.
Get it? Spiky bits.
Ah, spiky bits.
Yep.
Spend $160 for $80 of models. Spiky bits.
I guess we will not be friends with them.
No, I guess not. ZNBQ. I'm on the bah humbug side of Christmas on the Christmas cheer scale. I think
then you're gonna love the next 2 videos that we're doing this week.
Yep. You know what? I think our Wednesday video is gonna win you over.
Yeah.
Brett S. A couple of years ago, we bought a good-sized Christmas tree that were live in pots and then planted them in the yard after Christmas. Neat idea.
That's cool.
Total pain in the ass. We now have a fake tree. After a few years, like, why do you have 8 like pine trees in the backyard?
Mm-hmm.
You know, it'd be really funny if you have a tree and then like you put it in the ground, but then you dig it up for every Christmas.
Perfect. Now there's an idea.
Mm-hmm. Killer Void. We used to get a real tree and then bonfire it on New Year's. Ooh.
I like that.
Dr. Trokel. When I had a driving job a few years ago, I used to see real Christmas trees out on the curb right after Christmas. Many times, still covered in ornaments. I think those are from crappy holidays.
Mm-hmm.
Just throw it out with the ornaments.
Hey, Doom. Hey, TK Studio Prince. Hey, Craig Turpin.
Yeah.
And hey, Joey Flores.
Full house tonight.
Mm-hmm. Raise the
where's
roof.
Void 16?
It's bedtime.
Ah, that's true.
You gotta be good or else Santa won't bring you any presents.
Mm-hmm. This elf is gonna drop hand grenades down your chimney. Where is my orange? There it is. Fugen orange.
Fugen.
Ooh, I like the ghost emoji. Everybody spam ghost emoji in the chat.
Mm-hmm. This is a pretty good one.
Where was ghost emoji at Halloween? When you see boxed Christmas trees at thrift stores, you can always tell the age by the number of rings of duct tape around the box. That's very true. Yeah, they never go back in the box properly.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, Doom. I got a Judiciar, a Primaris Chaplain, and a Primaris Captain off my friend that I'm excited to paint. Yeah, those are some super cool models. I love the Judiciar. I think the Judiciar actually goes for the most money on eBay, so I think everyone's loving the model.
Oh.
No model, I think, in the history of 40k has ever been head swapped more. No one likes the Judiciar's face. I kind of like it, but it is maybe a little odd that he's wearing a mask over his mouth, over the mouth of his helmet.
And I think he's just being really responsible.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's literally perfect timing.
TK Sturdy Prince, I always hated our local council as they would buy a new big tree each year to display the town's lights on, wasting taxpayer money. They should have just paid for one with a root ball. That's an interesting idea. Just have a tree that you decorate every year. Don't buy one.
Mm-hmm.
Probably the way to do it.
Or like, what if they just donated the money?
Yeah.
To like good causes.
Well, they do that. They do that around here. I mean, probably not this year, but they always have the tree lighting in downtown Libertyville.
Yeah.
Never went once.
Nope. Never went. Never will.
Mm-hmm. Doom. Judiciar is my favorite model from recent times. I really wanted it to be called Judicar. I think the hard consonants are more fun. But according to the audiobook, it's Judiciar.
Yeah, what does the audiobook even know anyway?
That's true. I'm sure. What do they know? It's the ghost of Minnie's past. They're so unpainted. Void 16!
Yeah!
Wouldn't YouTube think that there's some foul play if all 15 of us use the ghost emoji?
There's only one way to find out.
Yeah.
Also, nobody put the ghost emoji.
Yeah.
What the hell?
I just got. Oh, that's actually okay. I thought I got pink all over the grenade.
It is very expression. There's a lot of expression in it.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. We got some ghost emoji.
Yeah. Xenobu, is he the one with the turtleneck too? I don't think so. I own the model and I don't think I see a turtleneck.
Like Steve Jobs.
Mm-hmm. I have a Judiciar coming in, thinking of converting it into a weeaboo with a fedora and katana. You mean weeaboo? I think a weeaboo by definition is someone not of Japanese descent who loves anime way too much. That'd be a fun conversion though. Except for you need to have a scale body pillow at his feet. And we'll also do some minor converting on the other one I got from Indominus Box to be less serious. CWQ. I would have read it as Judas Seer. I think that's how you say it. Brett S., this will shock you. I went to a Christmas tree lighting in downtown Atlanta once back in the early 90s. We got off the subway, and there was a shooting. We turned around and got back on the train.
Wow, that's a surprise.
TK Studio Prince. Oh, I found my Gene Stealer Patriarch, the one that's running. I have painted the one in the chair as a commission, but I also want the one that is jumping. There's 3. There's the fat one in the chair, and then there is the classic Nids one. And then I think that might be the running one. It's sort of doing a run. And then there's there's 4, because then there's the one from Space Hulk, which is pretty cool, and it's kind of crouching. And then there's the one from the Gene Stealer cults. So there's 4.
Love the patriarchy.
Mm-hmm. CNBQ, just got to upscale sandbag tutorials and freehand the anime girl, and you've done, and you have it. I demand a tutorial. Ooh, that could get clicks. That could get some really fun clicks and some fun comments.
Oh my god.
Have you watched My Hero Academia? Have you watched JoJo's Bizarre Adventure? Have you watched?
Hey, Connor Reed. Gilgore Void. Do you guys like anime?
Love it.
Giant fan.
Mm-hmm. Void 16, what's some of your favorite video games? I think my favorite video game of all time has to be Fallout New Vegas. Love that game.
I think mine is Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door for GameCube. I had a lot of fun with that as a child, and then as a slightly older child. I would like to play it again. It was really fun.
Fallout New Vegas was so fun, I think, because that was the first time I played a game that was like legit. Like it had it was 3D and it had graphics, and it was only from 8 years ago. Because up until that, I'd only really played like RTSs or puzzles. And it's just an epic game.
Baby's first game.
Yeah. Maybe do an anime style Emperor for the pillow. Well, that would be heresy.
Mod it, Jay. Mod.
I know. I need to learn how. I'm not amazing with computers. I get frustrated very easily. And I barely know how games work. Like, I can stick with it if I have to. Like a lot of this YouTube stuff I do. But if I don't have to, I'll probably just turn it off and do something else.
Guess that means we're not going to have a Minecraft server anytime soon.
TK Serpents, and I just started painting up a load of Terminators. Though not sure what color to paint them, as I don't follow the game, but was thinking of a black gunmetal with highlighting the details in red. That'd be neat. Gunmetal in red. What could that be? Is there a faction that's black and red, or gunmetal in red? can't think of it, but I'm sure it exists because almost all color combinations exist. Dr. Jokel, my new favorite game is Cyberpunk. I don't play it or own it, but I'm having fun reading and watching about all the crap it's going through right now. Yeah, it's weird. It seems like games aren't doing as well. Like, I know a similar thing happened with like a very popular Batman game where they launched it and it just sucked and everything broke and nothing worked. Which is weird because it seems like old games always kind of worked. I mean, I'm sure old games were much simpler, but...
I think people also like to have fun complaining.
Zerg619, hello Eons and Nick. Doing templates for the next Astartes.
Yeah.
Doom, it would not be heresy. Expressing your love for the Emperor is the opposite of heresy. Ooh, Joy Flores. I got my Etsy order today, and it's better in person. I can't wait to make cookies with it.
Yeah. Yeah, I know someone made some cookies,
Yeah.
and they put them on Instagram. It was pretty neat. I screamed a little.
Mm-hmm.
And my pants were wet.
Yeah, that is cool. I mean, who else has made Space Marine cookie cutters and then let them out into the world and then people made them?
Mm-hmm.
Can Goober say that? Can Midwinter say
Workshop.
that? Not Games Workshop. Yeah, can anyone else steal the intellectual property of Games Workshop and then
and then sell products on Etsy? Yeah, I don't think anyone can.
Mm-hmm. Although I see no similarities between our Space Knight and a Adeptus Astartes.
Yeah, they're very different. Future space soldier cookie cutters.
Yeah,
exactly.
I don't know what this is in reference to, but Xenobq, legit. You said it. Stardew Valley. Stardew Valley looks like a crazy fun game, and I think I have like 40 minutes in it, and I just get so bored because I don't shoot anything.
Yep.
And I'm like, this is really fun, but you know, I could be flying a spaceship, or playing Call It. Like I could be playing something else with that time, and that always gets me.
I think the reason why I do not own that game is because I know that I would love it beyond anything.
I think co-op would be a lot of fun. But I don't think I'd have too much fun with it solo.
I think I could do it. I could play it enough for the both of us, and that's why I don't own it. I don't have a self-control like some people do.
Uncle Adam said he didn't like it, so boom, controversy. He didn't like the new game, the Cyberpunk. It's hard to believe Uncle Adam doesn't like anything. Seems like a very mellow fella. Killcore, he's an old fuddy-duddy. Is that good? Is being a fuddy-duddy good?
No.
Okay, what is a fuddy-duddy?
I can I like you're
Like being an old
not
man.
yeah you're not wishy-washy, but you're meh.
Ah,
Yeah,
I think he's seems pretty I don't know, pretty content about most things.
contemptor.
And now Jay tosses his hot take on Stardew. I said it's a good. Well, I didn't say it's a good game. It's a good game. I just don't like it as much as games that let me shoot things.
Yeah,
There's too
says
many
the
games
person.
a lot like Stardew that more closely align with things I like.
Mhm, that is true.
Like I'd much rather spend 80 hours in Factorio just building a mega base than
Mhm.
building a little farm.
And they're shooting.
And there's shooting. Yeah, I get to destroy. I get to destroy all the local bugs who are definitely bad. The bad guys. It's not me. It's the bugs that are
Mhm,
bad.
mhm.
But
A fuddy-duddy is a nice way of saying two meter words that starts with the same letters.
oh my goodness, what did Uncle Adam do wrong? He seems to just put out very normal 40K content where he talks about how everything is exists. Like I don't know if I've ever heard him take a very strong opinion. He did have some harsh things today to say about the Space Marine 6th edition codex when the Black Templar were thrown into the 6th edition codex and they lost their uniqueness a little.
Mm.
But he didn't get real passionate. He was just
Yeah,
like, this kind of
he only
sucks.
he only dropped a few F-bombs.
Joy Flares. My partner and I play Animal Crossing as friends. We're playing it. Put about 2 to 3 weeks worth into it. It's way too limited in what it says it is, and lost appeal really quick. 2 to 3 weeks. That doesn't sound like it lost appeal really quick.
I mean, people pour a long time into those games, especially like the old ones.
Hmm.
People pour their lives into them. I never got into Animal Crossing.
I was just stirring the pot for Kilgore when they were alluding to Stardew Valley being a game that gamers don't give flack to.
Mm. Yeah, and Jay hates it and thinks it's
Yes.
dumb
Yeah,
for
worst game.
losers.
0 out of 10. I'd give it negative infinity.
Mhm. Yeah, Jay thinks that we should anyone that likes it should be on a list. We keep track of them.
I remember, and in today's video, I brought it up. I love Star Wars Galactic Battlegrounds. It's a ripoff of Red Alert, and it's wonderful. That game I probably have hundreds of hours in from playing the CD-ROM version that I would rent from the library. That game had everything. It even had a pretty decent map maker in it, which was super cool.
Mm-hmm.
And the AI was pretty brutal. And it was what the great thing was that every faction had like workers, and the rebels worker was R2D2, and it makes like a horrible R2D2 whale noise when you kill them. And it's great. Ah, the sounds in that game are amazing, and the all the sound effects are way too loud. It's great. And there's some really great Easter eggs in that game. Like when you click on a stormtrooper, one thing they might say is THX 1138 ready, sir, which is in reference to an early film of George Lucas. And a lot of Legends characters made it into the game. Joey Flores, I love the Star Wars Battleground reference. That game was so much fun with the custom maps you could make. I wish I could have better understood how to make full levels. Jay, do some more Greedo lines. Greedo doesn't have a lot of lines, but when he first meets Han Solo, he goes "Unta buta solo," and then they sit down and he goes, what does he say? He says. There's a little bit he says before this, but I remember him saying, Jabba tupang utengi wa nauska. Ha he he he. And then what does he say when he's getting ready to shoot Han? Yeah, he says, Chesto no bota ista clankto na bota. And then, of course, we all remember McClunky.
I don't know. You should audition for Disney. You could be your big break.
I would love to be a mascot of Greedo. I'd just be a really short, round Greedo. As opposed to tall, skinny Greedo. Mm-hmm. There's some great behind-the-scenes photos of Greedo, because it was actually a woman who played Greedo. And so
a woman, not in my Star Wars.
Mm-hmm, I know, right? And that's the other woman in Star Wars. And so she's in the full Greedo, but then she's in heels.
Full Greedo. Wow.
Isn't there also a murderous Ewok Easter egg? Yes, there is. There's like a super dangerous Ewok, and it's like 3 times as fast as a regular Ewok. I don't know if you can get it in the regular game. I think you can only build it in the map maker. There's a bunch of units like that. Jay should do filler dialogue for KOTOR and Tor. Isn't Tor the dark web stuff? You have to download Tor. Oop, my computer's not plugged in. I gotta go get my power cord.
Oh my gosh. I hate when that happens. You know how this turned out before? It's a little bit of a short stream, if you know what I mean.
Well, you know what's another really good Star Wars game? Star Wars Jedi Knight Jedi Academy. I played the poop out of that game.
Ooh, that's a little inappropriate.
I would almost always be good. In that game, you get to decide if you want to be good or bad, or if you want to be a Jedi or a Sith. And then I'd almost always go double lightsaber, not a dual bladed lightsaber, which was worse in almost every way. But it was fun.
Wait. Did you play a game to have fun? And not to only win?
Mm-hmm. I mean, there's only like 20. There's only like 30 levels, so you better play it to have fun in that game.
But isn't winning the only fun you can have?
That is true. Yeah, the only fun in this world is winning at a single-player video game.
Mm-hmm.
Joey Flores. Evil Jaden was pretty funny. I loved that they named the character Jaden because you could there was like a very basic character creator, and you could play as a guy or a girl, but they didn't want to re-record all the dialogue, so you're always called Jaden. Jedi Academy was great. 2 was also pretty good if I remember correctly. I think Jedi Academy was the sequel to the Kyle Katarn games. Best Star Wars game was Star Wars Yoda Stories from '97 on PC. Joey Flores, and Rosh was annoying. It's unfortunate that killing him was the dark side option. That is very true. Yeah, you super want to kill him, even if you're trying to do a pacifist run. Him and his barely expressive face. I would always try on missions where you and Kyle Katarn are there. I would always try to see if I can kill Kyle Katarn. Because as soon as you attack Kyle Katarn, I think there's like a countdown to you auto losing the game, but it's kind of a long countdown. So I would always see if I could kill him before the countdown ran out. Mm-hmm. And there's a couple of times I managed to do it with explosives.
Mm-hmm. I'm out of burp water, so that's all natural from here on out.
Republic Commandos Republic Commandos Sith sequel should have come out on Xbox 360 and PS3. I heard really good things about Republic Commandos. Never played it. Also, props to Rogue Squadron and the original Star Wars Battlefront 2. Just like the simulations. Just like the simulate. Watch those wrist rockets! Wasn't there if General Grievous was on the battlefield, I think they would say something like it's Captain it's Master Malevolent. Oh, I mean General Grievous, because his name is dumb. Yeah, they had fun with that game. I've heard the new one is fine. It's not as cute as the old one, and it feels a little bit less of a game. It's much more of a Call of Duty, where you decide on your like loadout and stats, as opposed to you just kind of you pick like the type of guy you want to be. You can be shotgun guy or sniper guy or regular guy, and I think that's what made the old one much more of a game. because each there was like 5 classes and they each had their own kind of like good things and bad things. If everyone, otherwise everyone is just optimizing. So you see everyone with the best gun, the best loadout, the best. Whereas if you're locked into only a couple of like options, then maybe the rocket launcher can work, or maybe you can make the shotgun Healy guy work.
Wait. But then, how is it fun if you're not going to win, though?
That's true. Holy cow! You know what? You know what's impossible to do in that game? If you play on hard, it is impossible to win as the Empire on Endor. It is 100% impossible. The AI isn't very clever, and so if you're playing solo, you have to get a certain number of kills. On most maps, you need to get about at least 25% of the kills for your team to win. So at the end of the game, it'll say like, you got 57 kills. The next highest AI got 7 kills. But on Endor, because the AI don't know to shoot at the Ewoks just wreck all the Imperial troops, and you have to get almost all the kills.
Wow.
And I don't think I ever did it. I played for hours and hours and hours, and it is impossible to win as the Empire on Endor. Did you ever play the Star Wars arcade game where you sat down and controlled a lightsaber fighting Boba Fett and Vader and flew a speeder bike? Definitely haven't. Cougar Fight. I loved playing as an engineer and hijacking vehicles. Yeah, that's great. Kilgore Void. I must say, fuck Super Return of the Jedi. I hate that game because it hates me. Let the pain flow through us. Yeah, good old Sheev. Really funny if in Star Wars 9, if they said, somehow Sheev has returned. Because Sheev just doesn't sound like the name of the biggest evil in the galaxy. They made the weird eyeball security guard at Jabba's palace a boss. A goddamn boss. I mean, obviously that thing is a boss. Why wouldn't the little eyeball robot be a boss? Also, it was hard to tell. Presumably, was that a droid? I think in the lore, it's a droid. It's not just someone looking through a thing. Jabba's palace is great if you don't think too hard about what was Luke's plan. Because it doesn't quite make any sense. But great visuals, some of the best moments in the movie, and it's the only moment where Harrison Ford has anything to do. I love the line, where Luke is telling Han not to worry, and then he says, I used to live here. And then Han Solo says, you're going to die here. Convenient.
Perfect.
I just assumed that was Bib Fortuna's trained penis. Could have been. Steve Palpatine doesn't sound particularly menacing either, though. Oh, Sheev. Sheevin. If they had stormed Jabba's palace, he could have quickly ordered the carbon block to be smashed before they got it. That is true, but I feel like a Jedi had more options than hide his lightsaber in R2, where they might find it, or they might have just broken R2. Like, Jabba probably might have thought it was funny just to blow him up. And then Luke just shows up and tries to shoot Jabba in the face.
Mm-hmm.
Sheev is short for sheave stuffer.
Sheave stuffer.
That's what it says on his driver's license. On his space pilot's license.
Mm-hmm.
I like that R2 is qualified to serve drinks. That's true. Does R2 have his liquor license? They got really lucky that they actually brought R2 and C-3PO onto the sail barge. I think the biggest proof that droids are sentient in Star Wars is that they're being tortured at Jabba's palace. Jabba only smashed tortures the droids that failed him. That's true, but you're trusting your lightsaber to that. Your only lightsaber. Lucasfilms and LucasArts really did a good job expanding Star Wars despite some of George's poor directing choices during the prequels. I think you just, if you take your super successful IP and you just give it to passionate people, I think you're going to get good results.
Several
Harry Potter.
passionate people. Yep.
Yeah, as many different people as you can. I think the very last thing I'm gonna paint is the Molotov cocktail.
Mm.
Brett is trusting your brand new lightsaber to R2 being on the barge. Lyric. Hey man, I'm currently trying to build my Acadian Sentinel with lights in it. Got any tips? Acadian's probably a good. The Sentinel's probably a good kit for it because it's completely hollow on the inside of the head, and the legs are probably big enough for you to run cables. So yeah, I would say probably have him standing on a base with that gives him a little height, about 2 batteries worth of height. But yeah, lighting up models is something I'd like to try out too. I think it can make some good videos and just be neat.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, LEDs and a battery pack on the base. You might have enough room in the head of the Sentinel to put the batteries in there, and not even worry about the base. And speaking of tons of room in the head of the Sentinel, it's about that time, folks.
Yeah. That's what I have to say.
Yeah, there was a new video out today. There'll be a
new video out on Wednesday.
Very fun video out on Wednesday. Holy
and
moly!
Then we'll be back tomorrow at 9 p.m. Central.
Yeah.
Good night.
night.